everyone, this is my presentation for my Clinic 4B experience, and I titled it From California to India and a little from the middle because I feel like that really encompasses who I am. So let's get started. So what can we get for $100? In Washington, D.C., we might be able to buy 2 pairs of Levi jeans with the shoes and a nice dress. Let's go to Dubai, where we can buy 1 nice dress. We can, in the United States, cover 1 hour of speech therapy with $100, almost, it depends where you go. And if we go a little south to South America in Ecuador, we can provide therapy to children for over a month. And if we go to India, we can give education to a child for a year. Up here we see that how $100 goes a long way in different countries, and the comparison of like how much leftover spending money different countries tend to have with $100. And now, having worked in South America, India, and now the United States, I've been able to use my multicultural background, my experience, to better understand and firsthand see the impact money has on the access and quality to speech therapy. My work for my clinical externships has really helped me encompass my previous experience and apply it in every aspect of my clinicals and outside of even school, and kind of bring everything full circle. So during my month-long externship in Ecuador, I conducted a qualitative and quantitative research on the access and quality to speech therapy in developed and developing countries. So for the purpose of my research, I compared India, Ecuador, and United States. And in a third world country like India, where we see great financial disparity, I worked in one of the top hospitals in Mumbai and really saw how much money can make a difference. What came from these experiences, someone might ask? More often than not, financial status really affects our ability to get quality care and how much of it we can get. For example, in Ecuador, for 1 half-an-hour session, we would pay about $7, which is way off from what we would pay here. And the chart below right here really shows the difference between US and Ecuador. We can see that Ecuador is significantly suffering when it comes to health spending and child mortality rates. Whereas when we go to a country like India, we see similar issues in rural areas with little to no medical access, but with the great disparity in what is considered poor, middle class, and rich in India, that even the little bit of funding goes a long way in each of the different sectors. So when I got to know all of this and all the financial disparity and just how much even a little donation went in each of these countries, that made my passion even stronger because I was helping those who needed the most. These are some photos from my externship. This is one of the top hospitals in Mumbai, and the name is actually of someone who is possibly one of the richest people in India, and maybe if not even the world, probably top 10. And you can see how the millions and billions of dollars really show in their infrastructure, and I mean, I can tell you, it definitely showed in their quality of therapy. You know, they had licensed therapists in even the United States, which you generally don't see in Ecuador. So you can tell just in their infrastructure. Here, Nova Clinica was my surgical internship in Ecuador, which here, once again, you can see that great funding, great infrastructure. Mind you, there was no HIPAA there, so that is perfectly okay, and I got permission. This is my clinical internship in Ecuador at Tierra Nueva, which is a low-cost clinic for possibly the poorest part of Ecuador. And here you can tell that there was minimal items for therapy. You know, those amount of books and things you see in the bag is basically all they had. So, and even here you can tell that this is where basically sometimes the clients would be able to pay and sometimes they would not. So someone might ask, like, how all of this impacted me. Basically, when I began my UDC experience, I was happy to know that we provided therapy to everyone. At UDC, as you know, it's free. But when I began my last internship at Bridgepoint Hospital, something big stood out to me, that it is a DC law that we do not deny care to anyone regardless of their color, their beliefs, their financial status, you know. So that means that oftentimes than not, those without a home would end up staying there longer than, you know, their treatment. So this made me happy that mainly those people who could not afford it were even provided treatment. Sometimes it would be tougher given insurance and laws and whatnot, but the whole concept of, you know, providing help to those who really need it. So basically, we helped those who are in the ICU for 2 days and the patient with apraxia and also someone who's been in a coma for 15 years. We provided treatment for everyone, and we did it to the best of our ability, where we helped someone speak in a Passimura valve who's not spoken for years, or someone who's just tasted their first spoon of honey thick liquid, who's been on a peg tube for 5 years. Imagine not having your speech or the ability to express yourself and constantly trying to get your thoughts across. It taking several days, months, and even years. So at the end, my work at Bridgepoint, Therapy Connection, UDC, and everything thus far really helped to even increase my passion and just show that even though work might be difficult to access, sometimes we make a difference. And UDC has helped me bring my previous experience, my interests, and apply it to all aspects of my clinicals and kind of bring everything full circle. So thank you for listening. And